have landed on the planet. It's been a long time, we should have never stranded, but we standing on the front line, prime for the sequel. Part 2 will rock you, the voice of the people. We had to take it back, shake it up and rearrange it. The industry's evolving, now we rolling with the changes. Plat, Bobby, Mac, Josh, Brian, and Mary, about to take over the planet. Make some noise if you hear me. The planet is back. 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 Come on.
And come on, the planet is back, everybody. And it is good to be back. With me, as always, we got Mr. Voice, Bobby Mack down there. Bobby.
What's going on, Big Josh?
With us tonight, Jake.
Yo.
Always good to see you, man. You up? You awake over there?
I am.
And a man who I recently took under my Spitfire tutelage and showed him the ways of the fire. DJ Platypus, what's up, man?
What's up, Josh, man? I'm good. I'm excited to have another episode, and I'm really excited because I feel like we're sitting on a stack of gold and we're ready to unleash it for the first time, and I can't wait. But yeah, my first experience as a rapper under the extreme tutelage of the Spitfire King. So before we get to all of that, I just want to say a quick hello to everybody. Bobby Mack is back, ladies and gentlemen. Bobby, you haven't been on Facebook in so long. I thought that you got either put in Facebook jail or.
That's what I'm telling everybody. Yeah, I'm in Facebook jail. But no, I just doing the homemaker thing, man. I'm cooking a lot, and I got back out to work driving for DoorDash, believe it or not. So I needed to find a job where I could not touch anybody, and that was the one I was most qualified for.
So how different is it being on DoorDash? I mean, is it walk me through the pros and cons, man. I mean, our whole world is so different now, you know?
So I was doing Instacart. The con there is, the only real con is that you have to actually go into the grocery store, spend some time where other people are at, and then every once in a while some items are hard to find. So you can spend a lot of time in public with the Instacart thing. With the DoorDash, it's great because you just get it's like a blip on your phone. You're almost like a taxi driver. You show up at the place where the food is at, you take it to where the food's going, and that's it. You don't have to exchange money. You don't have to whip out a card. You don't have to do nothing. It's all pre-done on the app, and then they pay you, I think, weekly. So it's good. It's efficient. I mean, it's not the money we used to make, but it's money, and money in is better than no money, at all.
Exactly, man.
I've been living that no money at all life like a baller, but
you get creative,
Yeah, but it's getting thin,
Yeah, it's tough, man, and it's really hard to even talk to your friends about because everyone's going through their own problems. You know what I mean? We haven't worked in 5 months now, so it's what's that?
Has it
5
been?
months. It's just
March.
it's crazy, right?
What was it? March 17th was when we closed.
Yeah.
August 3rd.
Yeah, I think I put March, and I didn't qualify for any kind of unemployment. I tried 3 times. I had Vance's help and everything. So I knew it was time to get back to work somehow. And I hate to say the same thing every week, but as I go out in public, everybody's open except us. And that,
Yeah, dude, it's awful. I know.
bothers me.
Yeah.
Disney World's open. It's
Yeah.
open, son. So what are we doing here?
Disney World, water parks, you go to any mall, you go to just anywhere. There's carnivals popping up and shit. I mean, stuff is open, man. It's crazy. Everybody but us.
It makes you angry.
Yeah.
It gets
really
under my
does.
skin. It really does, and it's
And I'm not just angry for me. I'm angry for every bartender out there. I'm angry for every club owner out there who puts people like us to work. They're siphoning and suffocating our entire industry. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Everybody's just going back to life as it was, except they're wearing a mask now. Well, why can't we fucking do that? That's
Exactly.
apparently the prerequisite for being safe right now is wearing a mask, and that's it.
You got to remember too, our last show was with Angelina Spencer, and she was talking about all the politics and the things, you know, going around. It's you hit it right on the head that it's not just us as the adult nightclub industry. It's the nightclub industry. It's the people that run events. It's the people that, you know, sporting events and live TV shows and any, like, our whole entertainment industry as a whole. If you were to blanket us one way or the other, our entire entertainment industry is like done. Like there's nowhere you can even go. So you know, like Josh has been super creative with, you're doing voiceover work for the commercial stuff. And by the way, Josh, you sound phenomenal, man. Like,
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys.
just really, really good stuff, dude.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of auditions. You know, I'm doing some really weird auditions because right now, just anything that comes my way, I'm going to at least try out for it. Because like Bobby said, you know, some money coming in is better than nothing. So I'm getting everything from, you know, religious groups to, you know, corporate stuff to e-learning stuff. I played some stuff for Plat the other day. There was one where they were looking for a teenage voice. So it was like it was for like a Christian youth group, and they were looking for a teenage voice. And I just really just did my best to be like, "Hello, God, are you there?"
Bobby,
But,
it's
yeah.
hysterical. Like,
Yeah.
don't worry, we saved it. It's in the studio. Like, we'll play it, but
Yeah, I gotta send you some of my auditions. You can play them on the show because some of them are really ridiculous.
yeah.
Play one. Play that for me. Hello, God, are you there?
Yeah, it was like, God, are you there? I could feel you. I know you're there inside of me.
And this voice he's using, it's like, where did you come up with this? Like, it's the creepiest
It was
little
so
kid
it
you've
was
ever
so
heard.
creepy. It was so creepy. It's like, God, are you there? I could feel you inside of me, in my heart, in my family. It's really, really awkward. But a gig's a gig, you know? If I could say send him into the main stage, I'll talk about Jesus to teenagers. What the hell?
Hey, $20 is $20.
Exactly.
Oh my God, it was so funny though. It was creepy as hell. But yeah, as Josh was saying, we both tested negative for the COVID. So that's the first, you know, announcement of the show is that Josh and I are over our asymptomatic cases.
Yes,
of
we
COVID.
beat the Rona.
We beat the Rona. So to celebrate, Josh invited me over for a little barbecue at his house, which was nice. And it was the first time I've seen anybody in literally 30 days. I mean, it was like, aside from the doctor's office, those are the only other human beings I've interacted with. So it was cool because Josh is fostering a new puppy, and I got to meet Rhodey. And Rhodey is a cool pit bull. And I used to have a pit bull, and I just fell in love with Rhodey in minutes. Like, he's just really a great dog. So we were playing with the dog for a while. We ate really interesting, great health food. And
Yeah, Plat ate some Beyond Burgers, the vegetarian hamburgers. There's some of those on the grill.
dude, Bobby, it was actually pretty good. Like,
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I really thought it was going to taste way worse than it actually tasted all right. But, you know, Josh was smart. He knew that I was going to, you know, have a problem with healthy food. So he put as much cheese on my burger as he could possibly find in the house. So
I also gave him a steak, a ribeye steak also on the side to go with his veggie burger. So I just figured, I know he doesn't eat vegetables. So I figured to get some vegetables in him, I would just have to give him the vegetable hamburger.
Well, it worked because we had a feast and we had a blast. And you know, it's weird now because we're so used to being night owls, and now we've been shut down for so long that, like, I was looking at my phone going, oh man, you know, it's like getting 10 o'clock. Maybe I should leave. Josh is getting tired. He should go to bed. And we just started bullshitting, and we walked into the studio, and it was the first time I'd seen the studio since March. And I just, something about it, I just got all excited. I said, Josh, let's record something. So that turned into Josh wanting to do a rap collaboration with me and do a rap debut. So Bobby, I literally sat down in the studio next to Josh for a good hour, and we literally collaborated on writing a song. It was like me and you used to do back in the Smut Doctor days. Remember?
Oh man, best time.
Yeah, and I even
some of
told
the best
Plat too. I
laughter
was
of my
like,
life.
shit. I wish Bobby was here because I know like you would have contributed so much more to it. But
We're definitely gonna have a
cooked up
session
little
like
bit.
that. We're definitely gonna have a session like that.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
Where
was
life gets
just-
back to normal.
It was just like that. And speaking of Smut Doctors, Bobby, and I tell you, I found all the lost files.
No.
Yeah, I literally have you singing the Sinatra song and me doing the Pearl Jam, all those song parodies. I
Definitely got to get a copy of that stuff. You didn't happen
Yeah.
to find the Bink Winkman, did you? The
I believe I do have that in a folder.
shut this fucking ape up.
I was going through all my old hard drives and I found something that said Bobby Crazy Shit was the name of the folder. Like, that's not how I label my stuff. So I look in this Bobby Crazy Shit folder, and it was like our whole library of creativeness from when we were like kids, you know, when we first started in this business. And there's some gems in there. Remember the Furburger commercial?
Yeah, I remember. I think, and like the Alvin and the Chipmunks thing made us laugh so hard. The behind the music. I remember in 2007 or 8, Cindy and I recreated some of that stuff because it was just gold, and you know it was nowhere anymore. Like, it wasn't to be found. But we had created this amazing, hilarious moment, and I just couldn't let it die. So I rewrote the script, and I gave Cindy some of the parts, and I took some of the parts, and we re-recorded it. And Cindy and I used it on our Asylum podcast that we did back in 2008, 9, and 10. Over those years when we first got together. But yeah, we redid a lot of those bits from those days because some of the stuff we came up with was just hilarious, you know. It was just, and we were just, I gotta tell you, Josh, we weren't like we were prolific writers at all. Like, we basically locked ourselves in a studio, we got high, and we just started putting different music on or different ideas out, and next thing you know, we flip a switch and record a bit, and accidentally the stuff that came out of our mouths would just crack us up.
That's
And
always the best
I mean,
stuff, man.
the type of tears where like you can't breathe, you're laughing so hard, you lose your voice because you're laughing so hard. Oh man.
Yeah, like people don't understand. Bobby and I, this is our third basically volume of podcasts that we've been doing because we met so long ago. The first iteration was actually at Tootsie's. We had a studio that we built inside of Tootsie's, and that's what we used to where we used to record. And
Was that 2003-ish?
yeah, it had to be no, it was yeah, I guess you're right. It had to be about 2003.
It was shortly after, you know, the turn of the millennium.
Yeah. Because the internet wasn't really popular. Remember that one time we got all of a sudden we went from having like 100 listens one week, and then we had like 10,000 listens in 1 week, and we were like, oh, this is amazing. But it was everyone that was listening, we found out, was from Brazil. So we're like, how did 10,000 Brazilians listen to our show and they don't even speak English? And then we figured out, I'm sure Jake could probably explain it today way better, but we got infested by something. But they weren't real listens, obviously. So, but you could.
Imagine if you guys were just superstars in Brazil.
Yeah.
Like billboards with their pictures on, they don't even know.
Yeah. Like we go to Rio and you guys are like rock stars out there.
We're the Portuguese planet.
Yes.
On the soap.
I can't even imagine like that happening. Like, but it was fun. We had a lot of fun back then, but we didn't know what we were doing, and the internet wasn't nowhere near what it is today. So like, shit, everything we were doing, Bobby and I would spend a half a day in this karaoke shop where we would buy these karaoke CDs in bulk, like, and anything that Bobby could sing, we would grab it and we would pay for these CDs. And most of the CDs were like promo only, but for karaoke, they would have like.
Yeah, I don't even think there was stuff we could sing. We just took stuff that was like super popular and we tried it. You know, we took Pearl Jam.
So we would take it home, and then we would literally grab like these things off of YouTube, or it wasn't even YouTube back then. We were just like
Napster.
We would get something that
LimeWire.
something that would resemble the script of the song. So we get the words, And Bobby would just in 5 minutes rewrite an entire song, and it was just and That's Amore turned into That's a Hore, and he would just go from there and write all these incredible like lyrics. It was crazy. And then I got to see Josh do that just this past weekend, and it was like it really brought me full circle, you know. And I'm like, here we are, some almost 20 years later,
Wow.
and that was where the magic was, you know, that got us really started in being super creative.
Well, I'm stoked. I can't wait to see what you guys came up with.
Yeah,
I'll tell
well,
you what, Bobby, Platypus, he surprised me with his comedy when we did the stand-up comedy thing. I wasn't expecting to do as well as he did, and he surprised me. And again, when we did this song, he got on there and, like, you know, with a little bit of tweaking and reverb and special effects, we brought out his inner Beastie Boys. And I was really impressed with it.
well, you were a great teacher though, Josh. I mean, Josh sat me down and he's like, you know, who's your favorite rapper, basically? And I'm like, well, I'm a Beastie Boys guy. I've been since day one. And he goes, okay, so think about the Beastie Boys, this and that. So then he's like, I'm gonna rap something, and then I want you to rap it back to me, but do it the exact same way I do it, so I can teach you. He was trying to teach me how to space everything out. So he did it, and then I would do it back. And the first time I did it, he laughed. And I'm like, oh man, I was starting to get a little embarrassed, because it's like, you know, you got this guy who spits hot fire, and it's almost insulting if you don't take it serious. So I'm trying to take it super serious. And I'm like, okay, and I do it back. And on the second or third time we did that, it just clicked. And I'm like, I totally see what you want. You're like, Josh, you're a great teacher, man, because
Nice. All right.
I mean, within minutes, I was like, okay, I get what you need me to do. And then he just kind of laid out like this template of how we're going to do this rap song. And we just did it. And then Josh would be like, and then by the end of it, though, Josh was like getting comfortable with me. You could tell he's been editing now, because he'll like stop the music. But no, you could do better than that. Well, I know you could do better than that. Let's go. And now he's pushing me and like getting me all serious and motivated. So we took it very serious, probably way more serious than we should have. But
Yes, absolutely.
because like finding what we were gonna rap about in the first place was part of the fun, because I wanted to do a song about Daryl Roberson, and then Josh's like, well, what else is going on right now? I'm like, Corona, there's a hurricane, Corona. So then we decided we were gonna pick somebody from our adult nightclub industry and kind of hit a fun little song. And so Daryl was the obvious choice, because I knew I had video of Daryl kicking a homeless guy in the nuts in Vegas. And
Oh man, he wants to just escape that image so badly, and I feel like he's never going to escape it.
no.
That's the foundation he's built on.
That's his core values, Josh. That's Roberson's core. I mean,
Dude, I've never kicked at someone in nuts for $20. Like he's got that over me.
that's a great moment. I'm actually working on a video project for that right now.
That's awesome.
So, but we thought about Roberson, and we figured there's a story to tell. Like the first Pandemonium, when Jake got stuck in the cab, you know, up till now, you know, he's got pinstripe suits, and he's Daryl Roberson. So I wanted to kind of tell a story about how we met Daryl to where Daryl is today, but it's hard to do when it's your first time rapping a song. So then I said, remember that time that we did that battle in Texas, and you and Dr. Rock were just on a corner of a block belting stuff out, and Josh is like, yeah, I totally remember that. And I'm like, we should do the remix to that. And then Josh like, that's a good idea. So we found the video, and it had the hook was already there. So Josh just like, okay. So he starts writing, and then I'm just starting to like spit ideas at him. Like, what if Dr. Rock was like, you know, he's the legend, and he's this, and he's that. And Josh's like, yeah, that's good. Blah, blah, blah. And he'll incorporate it in. And he's like, and he'll put here, we'll put it there. And we did that for a good 40 minutes, 45 minutes. And then we started recording. The whole process took us about an hour and a half. Right, Josh?
That's right. And I think we've cooked up an anthem that even Dr. Rock himself would be proud of.
I mean, I definitely like to think so. So we're not trying to insult, you know. Yeah, there it is. There's the good doctor.
Were you able to find some video footage?
I did find some video footage. However, for tonight's show, I feel it's almost an injustice to actually try to put something cheesy together. I really want to do a music video, Because, Bobby, I started doing video editing the last couple weeks where I'm just, every day I teach myself something new. And
Yeah, and by the way, fantastic job on the new opener, dude.
Thanks. Yeah.
Absolutely floored.
That's like version 5.
Beautiful.
And now I kind of can understand your frustrations with Photoshop, because, and Jake and I have already had this conversation. It doesn't matter how many of these things I do, I'm never satisfied with it. Like, I literally, I did a video for my buddy Eddie, who's a foodie out in LA. And he just asked me to put some fonts and some wording on it. He did this quick 1-minute video. And I worked on it. And then I went to sleep, and I started having like bad dreams about like, this isn't good enough. And I woke up, and I literally spent like an hour and a half just fixing and correcting things. And then I went back to it again, just because like your head gets all mental about, let's do this. Oh, there's Daryl Roberson kicking a homeless guy in the nuts. This was awesome. Let me spotlight Bobby real quick.
Oh, look at Daryl, just so young and full of life and vigor.
He has no idea. We just kidnapped him at this point. This is like early in the kidnapping. And there's the homeless guy that we paid $20 to. Bobby's right next to
I think that homeless guy's in Panda now as well.
Bobby's actually holding the homeless guy's sign, and look at that.
Oh.
That is just, look at Bobby, how excited he is to hold this guy's sign.
Oh, shit.
He's always a comedian. Look at Daryl's smile. Jake loves Daryl's smile. I love Daryl Roberson. I look at this, Josh, one more time in slow-mo. And here it comes. This is brilliant. Oh, my God.
It's good.
Oh, he's my hero. But he was happy, man. That was one of those nights. Spontaneous shit. It's what we do.
Can you imagine that getting kicked in the nuts becomes called the Roberson? You just walk up and hit your buddy. Roberson.
That's his legacy.
That is. No, he's a damn good DJ with a good voice. So I love Daryl Roberson. I can't say a bad thing about him. But originally, so I'm doing these video edits and I'm trying to work on things. So I talked to Josh yesterday, or actually Saturday on the phone, and we had a pretty cool idea. We liked the song so much that since we have all this downtime, we were going to do like a music video, I was going to put some Dr. Rock slides, and then we have footage of Dr. Rock that I found. And I actually reached out to Dr. Rock to let him know, hey, we did the song about you. And his first reaction was, it's not like, are you making fun of me? Or like, no. Like I gave him the premise of what we were doing, and he was super cool about it. What's that, Jake?
That's a reasonable question to ask.
Yeah, after the fake Hep fiasco.
We get carried away sometimes.
Yeah.
But not in this particular instance. So even Dr. Rock was trying to find footage to send us for the video. So I was going to do a little like slideshow type thing for the purposes of our show, but I don't want to lose focal point on, we're going to do a music video to this. And Bobby, we're even going to incorporate you for sure. So,
okay.
But
so when do I get to hear it?
You want to hear it now?
I do.
I guess we could do it now. We've been talking
right into it.
about it. So let me just pull a few things up here. And the other thing, Bobby, I cannot wait to get back in the studio. Jeez, this COVID thing is it's ridiculous. All right, here we go. And thank you.
Dude, this party is so lame. I wish somebody could save us from this lame party. Dr. Rock, Dr. Rock, where the hell is he? Started way back in history. He was a doctor with no medical degree. A genuine, true-to-life, bona fide rock god. Always got the ladies and he's hanging out with rock stars. A maniac on the Mavericks court. He's got the kind of showmanship that can't be bought. He's so debonair with dynamic flair, in a sequin suit and the rock star hair. OG in the game, but gets better with time. Hits a stage and he ages like a fine wine. So we gotta pay respect to the pioneer. He's a heavy metal maniac, you you love to hear.
He's got a big personality, you gotta respect it.
Why?
Cause everything's bigger in Texas.
DJs know what I'm talking about. Time to start the show. Is there a doctor in the house? Dr. Rock, Doctor. He's a legendary Dr. Rock. He always rocks the party and the party don't stop. Dr. Rock, Doctor. He's a legendary Dr. Rock. He always rocks the party and the party don't stop. Back in the days was a legendary place where the rock stars played and we got shit faced. In the Lone Star State, it was the clubhouse and the craziest shit would come out of his mouth.
He was the life of the party, the star of the show, electrifying guy with a devastating flow.
He's a true MC in every sense of the word, the most captivating host that you ever heard.
He's a dash of Baxo
With a splash of Alice,
with a mix of Pantera
and a whole lot of Dallas.
He's a klepto, he steals the show.
Every time he grabs a mic at the expo.
Imitated, never duplicated, mostly loved but very seldom
He
hated.
gets panda love and he loves us back. There's a party and I'm gonna need the doctor stat. Dr. Rock, Doctor. He's a legendary Dr. Rock. He always rocks the party and the party don't stop. Dr. Rock, Doctor. He's a legendary Dr. Rock. He always rocks the party and the party don't stop. I love Dr. Rock, legendary host. He's a rock star baby. I love Dr. Rock, greatest DJ and best MC. I love Dr. Rock, legendary host. He's a rock star baby. I love Dr. Rock, greatest DJ and best MC.
There it is. There it is. Who would have thought?
DJ Platypus rap premiere.
That was my first
Wow.
time ever.
That was
Yeah, man,
awesome.
we gotta throw that up on the site or throw up on YouTube or something.
Oh yeah,
Dude, I'm hearing that as the intro to his roast, and I'm
Yes.
I'm seeing the fucking crowd go nuts in my head.
well, that's what gave us the idea because I said, let's do this because either, like Josh said, he goes, either A, it's going to be a train wreck and it's going to be hilarious, or B, it'll actually be good and we can reuse it for something down the road, like the roast. So that was kind of like what we were thinking going into it. And then, but for the most part, we were just bored. So we just went to the studio and said, fuck it. And it was almost like that movie Being John Malkovich, where I felt like I was in Josh's mind for a second, Bobby, just to see him go through the process it was cool because like he approaches it very different than you think he does. He gets in this like baby Yoda state of mind where he's just like floating in his own little world. And he's sitting there with a cell phone and he's just typing away. And then he'll like put the phone down and he'll look up in the air and he'll just ponder for a second. And then he'll go back and he'll just start typing and then he'll stop and then he'll rap it to me. And I'll go, what about if we do this? He goes, yeah, but we're going to put that here. And like he already in his head, he's already got it. So then from that part to actually constructing the rap itself, it was cool to see, man. Josh is like I knew he was talented, but like to see the complexity in which he divulged.
Guess you get the behind the scenes exclusive. Right
It was
there.
cool, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was impressed. I was like, wow, this guy really knows what he's doing.
Then I added the little secret sauce to Plat's voice, so like it sounds like he's shouting through a megaphone. And he's got that classic Rage Beastie Boys
That
distortion
filter,
going on.
And then we gave a little tribute to Eminem in the beginning with the painting Dr. Rock. Dr. Rock, where the hell is he?
And the classic hook with the "I love Dr. Rock" and that
Yeah, we had to throw that in the mix. That was Plat's idea. It was a
Yeah.
collaboration. It was a collaborative
It
effort.
really was. We actually like, and that's the thing about Josh that like working with him was so cool because normally when you collaborate with somebody who's the dominant in the team, like you're obviously the person that knows how to rap, so I'm obviously going to listen to you. Normally that person would take total control of the project and say, you know what, we're doing it this fucking way. Yeah, I got your idea. I'll let you can name it, whatever. But Josh was truly like taking what I was saying and saying, okay, let's try it. And if it doesn't work, we'll try something else. He was really easy to like collaborate with. So it was fun, man. I had a
Yeah, we had
blast.
a good time. We got to definitely do that again, Bobby. You got to join us next time. We got to
Definitely.
put something together,
I'm
all
so
of us.
down.
Yeah. So I mean, with all the uncertainty going on, Bobby was saying before we started the show that he was wondering about like Expo and if we'd heard anything. And as far as I know, right now, right this second, Expo is still a go for Halloween week. The problem isn't necessarily going to be on our end. I think the problem would come at the Vegas end as far as the hotels and their social distancing and the things that they're doing right now as far as groups are concerned.
Right.
I don't know if that's even going to be available, and there's a time frame in which we have to know for sure. So I think
we're already here in August, so it's coming fast.
Yeah, so I really don't know. Nothing's been said officially. I'm just thinking if for some reason it does get canceled, it'll probably be on the hotel's part as far as, because I don't know if Planet Hollywood's even open right this second that I know of. I mean,
I don't know. We got some friends in Vegas that might have some information for us, but I really don't know, and I'm really curious to see if it's going to go down and how it's going to go down.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to think about, because what they would end up doing is they'd probably have to move us to a different location if that's the case. But then how do you? I don't know. I mean, it's this whole COVID thing has put a damper on a lot of different things,
Might just be the four of us sitting in Vegas looking for a hotel room.
It's very possible. I'd be running around with a video camera though, trying to figure things out. But it's just crazy. So in the event that we don't do it, let's say, I feel like us, meaning Planet Platypus, should do something along the lines of keeping our word to having the feature tournament that we were going to host no matter what. So in other words, let's say it gets canceled in the next 3 or 4 weeks and they say, we're just not doing it. So we'll fix everything for next year. And next year is going to be awesome, which it will. I already know that. But it's canceled. So once that happens, I think we should figure out, kind of like with the Rock the House, but how to do our feature tournament, whether it be in an empty club, on a stage somewhere, pick a couple locations, because I think things are going to start opening back up within the next, I think August is screwed. I think September into October, things will start opening up around the country. I think it just has to at this point.
Sure.
And the closer we get to the election, with all the political stuff that's on top of the health stuff, I just think it's going to happen. So there will be an opportunity to take like 2 Rick's locations, let's say. And I'm just spitballing here. I'm not saying anything official, so I don't need emails or anyone telling my boss what's planned. I'm just thinking out loud for a second. But if we did, let's say, one of these at Tootsie's and one of these at like Silver City in Dallas, let's say. Those are the 2 clubs I was thinking of. And then we had our 16 pool of entertainers. And for 2 days, I'll have Tootsie's where the girls can do their shows. And we'll take clips, we'll videotape the show itself. And then we'll take the 2 girls competing against each other. So on your screen, you'll see each of the girls have highlights from their shows. And then you vote. You click a button and you vote on which video you like the best, which entertainer.
I can like see Jake's blood pressure rising as you're describing this.
I'm just spitballing an idea here, kids. This isn't something that I'm just saying in the event, like with Rock the House, we were able to do what we do, which is entertain and have a message. With this, I think the more feature entertainers I've spoken to in the last 3 to 4 weeks, the consensus is there's nowhere for them to show that they're available. So that when we do open up, the relevancy of what they do is kind of going to the wayside right now because people aren't worried about features. And think about it. The world, we're the bottom of the totem pole on the world's problems right now. So if we're the bottom, then in the features in our world, they're at the bottom of our totem pole right now. Because once you get your clubs open, the last thing you're thinking about is, oh, I need to book this girl right away. And right now, the problem is keeping people not to crowd versus what the features do bring in, which is a crowd. So it plays against them. In other words, they're having issues getting, their attention that they need so that they can, get bookings. So I was thinking, if that happens, then maybe we should try and figure out a way to do a tournament, but do it in a simple way so that it I don't want to upload 20 hours of video because that's impossible. And then when you start getting in the quality of videos, whether it's editing or however we would do it, there's no way to do an event like that live. There's no way to think that people are going to watch 16 girls do 8 minutes worth of video dancing on a stage. That's not going to work either. So the only way it would work is you would have to let the features do their show and videotape the show and cut that show up into little tiny clips. And then each video would be 2 boxes next to each other, and the girls are dancing and they're doing their shows, and you can watch both shows, but it's a minute long, and you just pick one. You know, I like this video.
Kind of like a split screen type of situation.
I don't know. Jake would have to figure.
Well, like an American Idol situation. Like obviously, when you first start out in the first week, let's say, of American Idol, you have so many contestants that they can't do full songs, so they get like a 1 minute abbreviated version of their favorite song or whatever song.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of rapid fire through the different contestants because you got 18 to get through.
Right.
And then toward the final weeks, now they get to do the full minute, three minute version of the whatever hit. So yeah, I can understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, I just think it would be something that we could pull off, but it's not going to be conventional like the girls are going to think. So I think you can't make the girls do a 1 minute show. So that's kind of pointless. So I think you give them their 8 minutes like they're used to in competition and say, hey, do your 8 minute show, but we're just going to take the best parts of it and put them on. We're going to put it on an edit reel. Then you put together 16 of those videos, and then you put the 2 videos against each other in 1 minute format on the internet. You know, so we'll put it on our website, and you can get as many votes as you need, you know, and then whoever gets the most votes, we'll put a time limit on it. They win. And then we just go through and the winner gets miss whatever. We'll come up with something.
The method's called hot or not. That's the like as far as online contests go, when you rank one higher than the other, it's called hot or not. So you rank one up and one down. And
is it easy to do or is it hard to do?
so, I mean, there's kits out there that, script kits you can put together to do it, but to do it and do it right, no, it's not a simple thing.
Well, just food for thought, guys. I mean, I would. Oh, Bobby, I miss you, bro. Like, we got to just go out and have lunch one day. I just miss you so much. Just being around your funny.
I'm always down for lunch. You know that.
That's the one thing in my life, like when people don't realize when we would record, we would make an afternoon out of it once a week. So like the 3 of us would go to a restaurant. Sometimes Josh would have something at his house prepared, or sometimes we would just hang out in your backyard and bullshit, and that's the stuff I miss, man. But so anyway, going back to that, it's just something I've been thinking about. So if you guys have any ideas of how we can keep that tournament and turn it into a Rock the House type format, I'm all for it. And I'd like to consider something like that moving forward, unless Jake shoots me.
I would definitely give them the option of editing down their set themselves if you're going to do the 1 minute thing, because I can already like see a problem with a girl saying, oh, you took the worst minute of my 3 minutes.
Right.
So give them the first right to edit their own 1 minute down, instead of just having girls send a full minute, 8 minute, and then you decide which minute gets used, because that could create a headache.
Maybe. I'm just thinking, like, whoever puts the videos together, the same person has to film all the videos. So we have to come up with locations. No?
Do that. You let the girls film them. You give them a format that they have to abide by, and you let them film them. Otherwise, you're going to spend a fortune, trying to wrangle girls from all over the place to get them there.
Yeah, that's true.
You let user submitted videos is the way it should run.
I think that for the Rock the House, a lot of girls came up with some extreme cool ideas. Some girls contacted clubs. Some girls decorated the fuck out of their houses. They got creative with it. That was part of the fun of the process of watching what they could do. And that's what an EDI is. It's not really the girl who does all the best dancing. It's the girl who brings all 10 elements together and puts on the best performance. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying. These are great points. What about you, Josh? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with Bobby. I think, and Jake, I think it's a good idea to let them kind of submit something rather than, have us handle it,
Yeah, I'm just looking at it from like a standpoint of, so it looks a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Gotcha. Yeah.
I
I
just
hear you.
get something.
But it's good. We'll figure it out. I mean, it's good to have a plan B just in case this expo doesn't go down. It's good to have a plan because, we do need to find a way to showcase the talent in our industry. So we'll figure it out.
And give people an opportunity to entertain, because that's
Right.
one thing that we're not able to do right now. So, and it's not easy. But we'll come up with something. I mean, I think we're getting to the tail end of things. I really do. I can't see this. I can't see this thing going on for another 6 months. I just don't. I don't know. Just the brain in me is saying the light at the end of the tunnel is closer than we may think, and we'll get back to work soon. I think we're all going to be surprised come November, but who the heck knows? It just sucks, man. You gotta be mentally tough these days and just kind of keep things going. Keep things going creatively so you don't lose focus once we do get back. But so I thought of an idea for an upcoming show. I want to pitch it to you guys, see what you think. I noticed on Zoom, this has been a good platform for us. I would hate to have to do our show. Me and Josh were talking about this the other day, Bobby. I would hate to do our show like this always, like for forever and ever. That would bother me. But it has been a functional tool. I mean, the Zoom platform's been great as far as being able to not only do our show, but we do like a happy hour thing once in a while where I'll just like invite a bunch of people into a Zoom chat and we just kind of will share things. And, like one night we had just a random group, literally a random group of people in a room, and we were talking about movies, and then somebody would like show a clip from YouTube on a movie and just say, you don't remember, like Jake never saw The Godfather in its entirety, and it really bothered me. And I had to show him the scene because I'm talking about the scene where Michael Corleone gets the gun from behind the toilet and takes out the police captain and the mafia boss that put the hit on his father. It's a very big moment in cinematic history. And Jake's like, yeah, I never really, I don't, yeah. He just had no, I'm like, dude. So I'm losing my mind, and I had to show him this clip. So the Zoom thing's been amazing for stuff like that, and the platform's great. So on YouTube, I was searching for videos, and I don't know why I did this, but somehow I came up to this reunion thing where all these TV shows are having these Zoom reunions. So like Will Smith, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air did one. And then like I think Beverly Hills 90210 did one. The cast of The Office did something like a reunion video. But they all did it utilizing Zoom. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool, because it's similar to the way we do our show now. So I was thinking, what if we did a Platypus reunion? Where we invite the original cast to come on for one show, catch up with everybody. Where are they now? See how they're doing, and maybe tell some old Platypus stories. And the reason that I came up with that idea was because randomly, Bobby Mack, I ended up hooking up with Johnny Walker on a Zoom chat. And
Johnny Walker
came out of nowhere and just popped into the Zoom chat. It was crazy. And Jake was on that call, and we ended up talking to Johnny like all night. And just catching up with him was awesome, and we were joking and having a good time, and it was a lot of fun. So we were talking about doing a reunion show, and Johnny's like, I'm in, I'll do it no matter what. I think it's fun. So we're definitely going to have Johnny Walker on, back in the fold. So
I love it.
I thought if you guys are cool with it, I'd like to reach out to the others, but I'm wondering how far should we go with the reunion special, because there was a lot of people in the Platypus network back in the day, so like,
Oh yes, there was.
We had, like, I gotta find Nestor, right? Like I have to find him, right? I just think Amber's got to be involved. Johnny Walker, Tony Batman, you know. Then you have Gonzo, you have Uncle Eddie, you have Brian over at Cadillac. You've got,
the mayor.
That could actually just be a segment for every show. We'll do a fucking "Where Are You Now?" We go back to a different person.
Jerry Black and DJ Dave. And
I think Jerry Black lives in the woods now.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. So that's my point. How deep do we go in this reunion special?
I'm saying full-on VH1 behind the music style documentary.
Now that's interesting. So do a Zoom version of a documentary versus just trying to do a full podcast show.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, like I said, I like Josh's idea, or doing it as a weekly segment.
Yeah,
because you can spend a little more time on each person if we did it that way.
I just thought it'd be cool to see everybody at once, kind of like they do on those little reunion shows. Do like an hour show and be done with it. Just catch up with everybody. Everyone tells a quick story about the old days, and we wrap it. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Documentary. We're getting into some serious issues. Like I'm fuming over something myself right now, and if we were doing a show and this particular person from my past happened to pop in there, I'd be okay with it. I'd be like, okay, how are you? Good to see you, whatever. And I could fake through it. To do a documentary, I'm going to say some shit I probably don't want, I'm going to hurt some feelings. That's just me. I'm just thinking out loud. I know my ego. But no, speaking of which, so that's okay. So let's bring it up. Let's talk about it. So The Mayor, The Adventures of the Mayor was a show on the Platypus Network, right? But the mayor kind of has his own little way of doing things, and he's on like a world tour right now, like winning money in Atlantic City and eating pizza in New York and kind of throwing it. I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm looking at this because I've been cooped up in a house for a couple months, dealing with whatever I'm dealing with. But a lot of people in our industry, man, there's people in our industry that are sleeping in cars right now. There are people in our industry that are like barely getting by. They don't know how they're going to pay their electric next month.
Yeah, dude. Just to touch on that, I recently paid off the car that you helped me buy in 2013. I made my last payment this month, and my wife looks at me and says, "Oh, great! At least we have a place to live now, in case anything happens."
It's funny, but in the same token, it's not funny because like there's some serious shit going on with people that we know and love and respect, and our industry especially has taken a colossal hit compared to other industries that are able to function. The entertainment industry in general. So to see one of our own, with his fucking sunglasses on indoors, with his 50,000 fucking colognes, and he's winning money and eating pizza, and he's showing off all of God's greatest tourist spots in the middle of a pandemic rubs me the wrong fucking way. I just don't like that. It bothers me. So, like, do I invite that guy to come back on a reunion show when all he does is, like, annoy me? And yes. And it's all stuff that, like, would you say yes?
Says yes. because that way you get to sit him down and say, hey, what's up with that? What are you doing?
I mean, I would invite him to do that anyway. It's just that, like, I know how I feel about it. And I just feel like even back then, it just put me off back then because he became this like celebrity in his own mind almost. And then you're wearing sunglasses.
He's the mayor.
And, yeah, he's the mayor. And it's like, okay, all right. I get it, but I totally don't get it at all. Like from a branding point of view, I guess, but why? Who cares?
I guess the mayor is like a term in the like we used to give people at Diamond Dolls because they would come in so fucking often. They might as well be the mayor of the place. So he used to frequent a lot of the clubs. I think that was his thing. I think that was his gimmick. He showed up all the time to a lot of things.
Yeah, I guess. No, I understand why they call him the mayor. I get that part. I don't get the extra stuff, the bravado behind it. It's like you're all the
recent stuff you're talking about. I haven't seen. I mean, I haven't really been monitoring Facebook because it drives me mad. So
in the last 2 weeks, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, but in the last 2 weeks, I've seen him sprawling out $100 bills on a table in Atlantic City, eating pizza in New York, being in Times Square. Now he's heading to Atlanta and he's eating chicken wings and all these food stops. And, you know, it's kind of like his own show right now. Like, hey, look at me. I've got money and no one else does, and I'm going to flaunt it at you. And that's, whether he's doing that or not, that's how it's coming across in the way I see it. And I know for a fact 5 different people that I love, know, and respect have made comments to me that I did not initiate. Like, I didn't like say something to trigger a response. It was just, they voluntarily just came to me and said, isn't that kind of a little fucked up? And I'm like, yes, it is a little kind of fucked up.
Well, you know, flights are at an all-time low right now. You could be a fake baller. You could go to New York for $100.
Which is fine. but and you know what? I'm cool with that, Bobby. Like, go ahead and be like a baller. Go have fun, but don't throw it all over social media, right? Like, now's not the time to be that person. Now's not the time to really push your life and people. You use your platform to push your life down people's throats, because people are suffering right now. So
well,
like,
I can agree with that part.
Like, I understand that there's like all this political horse shit going on in our world right now, but that's the stuff. That's the stuff that ignites fires. It's like, you don't need to just dangle that carrot right now. No, go on vacation. Good for you. You were smart. You saved your money and you went and did, and now you're going to reward yourself when you can, taking this downtime and making it about you. I'm all for that. Congratulations. Go for it. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. Be vigilant, but enjoy yourself. Don't fucking go on your social media platform and just be like, hey, look at me. You know, I'm going to rent a Lamborghini today and, you know, go dive in the Potomac. And you know, it's like, why? Why would you do that to people when they're suffering? I don't know. Am I being too much me? Is this why people hate me?
Well, you know, I feel like here's a guy who's probably living his best life. You know, I mean, the unfollow button is always there.
I guess, but even if I unfollow him, Josh, he follows all the same people I do anyway, so I'm going to see it regardless.
Yeah.
You're trapped.
Yeah.
Listen, it's the mayor's world, and you're just living in it, buddy. You just got to accept it.
So should I invite him to the reunion or not?
Absolutely. I think anybody that was involved should get an invitation. And if it's, you know, if it turns into drama, that'll just make for great entertainment for everybody else.
I really don't want that. Jake,
That's what made Planet Platypus great. Before it was a big fluff fest, there was controversy.
Planet was great again. Vote for Josh.
Wait a second. What are you saying? Our Planet Platypus is a fluff fest now?
Well, I'm just saying we're kind of squeaky clean right now. There's a little bit of controversy here and there, but for the most part, we keep it very, very cordial.
You think we jumped the shark?
No, I think, you know, we just, it's a reboot. So we're doing things different this time.
It's definitely a softer side.
Yeah, it's a softer side of Platypus.
Well, Jake, what do you think? I mean, you're the brains of this operation.
I mean, if there wasn't a COVID crisis, would you invite him on the show?
No.
Well, there you
go. All right, then. All right, so I need a vote on this. Are we inviting everyone, or are we being selective? Are we doing
everyone? Listen, I want Alec Lepper involved. I want Gonzo involved. I'd like to see Daisy Dukes involved. I'd like to see Atlanta the stripper involved.
Wow.
I want them all here.
That's okay. I
want Amber here. Walker, absolutely.
Amber,
Batman,
Tony,
yes.
Amber, Tony, Batman, and Walker for sure. I think that you have to have.
I want to see Christina Aguchi. I want to see Simone Dane Illustrious. I want 2011's greatest hits on my screen.
I'm liking what Josh has to say right now. I vote for Josh.
Vote for Josh as well.
Wow.
I want them all here. Because, and I say that as a fan, as a listener, as somebody that was a supporter of the old Planet Platypus. For me as a fan, it would be great. You know, I'm not saying that as a co-host or producer, but just as a listener of the old stuff, I'd love to see everybody get back together for one show.
What was the one thing that you wish we still had, Josh? Old days. Is there something that you used to really enjoy out of that whole pack? Because there was a lot of content. People don't realize how much content we
Josh
had.
won't say it, but he was a big fan of the Bobby Mack's jukebox. So that was the show he would like to have back.
Some great moments that come to mind is the Harmon and Harden beef.
Oh, that was
great. That was great. The DJ Casanova stuff was just outstanding.
Just the beefs in general.
The beefs. Yeah. That's what I was talking about earlier with the controversy. It was just
Bobby
that's what made it entertaining for me. But in the same tone, it was also informative, educational.
Yeah, I mean, there were parts of it. We had DJ school. We had
DJ school, and yeah, absolutely.
But I remember we were constantly needing to generate content, so I would just like yell at everybody, "You need to do a show." So like we would do our show with like 4 or 5 people in the studio at the same time, and then I figured if everyone else did one show a piece, we would have all this crazy content, not realizing that I was just igniting a flame that I don't think I would ever be able to put out fully.
Yeah.
There was but there was some cool stuff. And I mean, Gonzo's show, and then Gonzo and I did a sports show for a while. And then, I remember
This Planet Platypus.
the Where's the Beef lady?
Yeah, that's what you guys have turned into.
You really think so?
Yep. You need to bring the beef back.
How dare you? So what do you want me to do? Start fighting with people?
Photoshop y'all's heads. That's perfect. That's the next show. That's the next show image right there.
Bobby, do you feel this way?
What? Where's the beef?
Yeah, like we're soft now. Jake's calling us soft.
No, actually, I think we're doing more intelligent comedy now. Actually, I missed the beef thing, but I think everybody knows by now that most of us are all friends. I mean, some of that beef was real. Some of that beef was real.
Yeah,
but no, man. I mean, like, I also wouldn't go through all that public headache for something like this again. I mean, like, it's so unprofessional, some of the stuff we did, but it was funny. I mean, that was why we did it. Like,
remember
the time invested in hating each other online was just getting a little silly.
Remember the Thanksgiving Day parade inside of Daisy Duke's
inside of Daisy's vagina? We still have that recording. Yeah, we'll have to play that for Thanksgiving one year.
I mean, we had so much stuff that was just, and like the Smut Doctor stuff we did way back when too. That's like, I don't think we couldn't include that, but that shit was fire. I mean, all that, like the Chipmunks, True E Entertainment, the Hollywood, the Alvin and the Chipmunks behind the laughs?
Yeah, it was behind the music, I think.
Yeah, we did like a behind the music with Alvin and the Chipmunks, and that was on accident.
But you know, it might be good. Like, Jake might be onto something. Maybe it'd be good for us to cover other people's feuds.
Yeah.
That way,
like
we're not
the TMZ of adult entertainment.
Okay, so Bobby, would you be willing to put together a 1-minute video of you in front of the camera as the news reporter for Planet Platypus News?
Yeah, I don't have a camera.
You have one now you're talking on.
Okay.
Right now.
You can even do it on your cell phone. It doesn't have to be like, with the editing software, I could clean it up to make it look good enough. Okay. But like, I just have this vision of you, being Bobby Mack, the news guy, and then I'll put some really cool fonts to make it look like it's an actual newscast.
Well, I have a blazer and a tie, so I'm pretty sure I can handle
it. I think maybe we could do breaking news with Bobby Mack, and that's just it's a thing. And then we just go and Plat said on his podcast that he's not a big fan of the mayor showing off, and that could just be a breaking news story, I guess.
Twitter beeps. Report on Twitter beeps, TikTok beeps.
You always come up with things that take so much longer than Photoshop. I can Photoshop me on a newscaster's head in 20 minutes.
Mhm.
and just post it.
Yeah, but all I need you to just record yourself. That would you just literally in front of one camera, look right into the camera, and I'll do all the work. I don't know.
That's what she said.
We'll see.
Hey-o.
So what did we learn today? We learned that Plat can't rap still.
Oh, you did great.
Oh, that was awesome.
You learned that Plat can rap today.
That was fun.
Josh is an amazing instructor.
He really is. He really is.
Nice.
We're not sure about Expo, but we think we're going to do some kind of a turn. We think we're going to try and keep our word on the tournament somehow.
We're gonna have Josh talk to his people and find out if they can
God.
pray.
Are you there? Are you listening to me, Lord? Do you hear me when I call out to you, God?
Josh, is there any way that you can actually play that clip? Like, do you have it?
Yeah, I can play it. I can play it. Give me 1 second.
It's so funny, Bobby.
Well,
I mean, we're about to end the show anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but
this would be a great note to end it on.
yeah,
Oh, it's fine.
this would
People
be
tuned out 45 minutes ago. We're good.
What's that?
I said we're good. People tuned out 45 minutes ago. We got
Yeah,
plenty
you're-
of.
You guys are
All
so
right.
supportive of our branding today. All right, so Josh is in the studio right now.
Oh yeah.
This is so funny, the voice he does for this.
All right, here we go.
Josh, okay, never mind. You're on your cell phone video wise, right? And now you're gonna play it off. Okay,
Yeah. I'm just gonna play it so you can hear it here.
cool.
Which one was that?
Creepy little kid voice. It should be titled.
What is this one?
God?
Here it is. I found it. All right, here we go. There we go. Here we go.
God? Are you there? Where are you? Will you show yourself to me? When I feel alone, be with me. When I'm overwhelmed, end my anxiety. Show me your power, your presence, your patience with me. Let me know I can trust you. Let me see you in the storm, in the rain, in a whisper. It's hard for me to feel you in my family, in my religion, in my mind. Open my eyes, open my hands, open my heart. Let me see you in the beauty of my world. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies display his craftsmanship. Day after day, they continue to speak. Night after night, they make him known. They speak without a sound or word. Their voice is never heard. Yet their message has gone throughout the earth, and their words to all the world.
There it is. That is me acting
That
as
was-
a
No doubt in my
Teenager.
mind that was written by a child molester.
In my
So these are the kind of things I'm doing for money these days. That was for they were looking for a teenage voice. I just did the best I could.
Oh my God, Josh, I'm crying over here, dude. Seriously.
heart.
Yeah, that was a good one. I did one where they were looking for a Ving Rhames type for a cheesesteak ad.
Open God.
Stop watching
Damn
this
good
ad and come
cheesesteak.
into Lefty's Cheesesteaks for the real thing today. Lefty's Cheesesteaks, where everything's done right.
Oh yeah, that sounds.
So I'm trying all kinds of stuff over here. Whatever.
Well, hey man, you're learning. It's like you're never gonna get better unless you try certain things and try different things. Otherwise, you're a one-trick pony and you're not worth very much money, are you?
Yeah, but you'd be amazed how much like religious stuff comes through this voiceover website I'm on.
Oh,
A lot of church stuff.
that's amazing, dude. And if they only knew, like,
Yeah, if they imagine, dude.
that's the
Imagine, like,
internet.
let's say that God, are you there? Let's say that becomes the thing that like teens all over America convert to Christianity because of this. It's like it's the cool thing to do now, and it's all because of me. All the kids related to my cool hip teen voice. It all started praising Jesus.
It's like Davy and Goliath. It's like you're that guy.
Hey, Davey. Oh man.
All right, let's go around the horn one more time. Bobby, any last minute comments as we end the show?
No, Josh, are you there? Can you feel me inside you? Can you fill up my heart?
Fill me up.
Excellent Spitfire this week, guys. I'm blown away.
Absolutely.
We're working on the video just for you.
All right.
Jake, what do you got?
Nothing as usual. No final thoughts. I'm
Are
just
you naked pictures of your wife? Are you going to give us anything? What are you doing?
no, I'm just really surprised overall from this show that I learned that it's been 5 months since we've been shut down. Like
Yeah.
time has no
Long.
time has no meaning because I don't
No, it's Groundhog Day. Every day is the same.
it's the same every day. So 5 months is like incredible.
Josh, you got anything?
I get everything, my man. What more can I say? We covered it all today.
Yeah, I think we got through everything. I wasn't planning on going off about the mayor's office, but whatever. But that one's been festering for a while.
All right. Well, you got it out.
All right, guys, don't go anywhere. But for all the rest of you, it was great chatting with you, and we'll see you again real soon. So thank you so much.